And now it's time for Carside Questions, the part of Everyday to Exotic where the community takes the lead. First question, stock or modified?
I almost always prefer stock. Now, there's some modifications I'm okay with, usually if you stay within sort of the family of the car, such as I've got cars that have MG engines in them. Early MG engines didn't necessarily put out the power of the later ones. I'm fine if you mount a later engine in an early car. It looks the same, but you have a little bit better performance. I'm fine with brake upgrades and some of the things that make the car more drivable, but generally I tend to prefer a more stock car.
And for me, it really depends on how rare is the car, how original is the car to start with. Because if it's a really rare original car, I don't want to mess with that at all. I'd like to keep it as stock as possible. However, if it's a very common car and the car itself, maybe needs some parts replaced anyway, then I'm much more likely to go for mods for things other than drivability, such as if it's insufficiently purple.
All right, second question. Why are there so many cars in the Haugland collection?
A big part of it is I like saying I'm good at buying and really bad at selling. I really have a hard time letting go of cars is a big part of it. But every single one drives differently. Every single one looks a little bit different. There's a lot of differences between them. And I love each one for their own uniqueness and driving experience. And so it's very hard for me to say no when it's a car that I really like, that I find interesting, that may have interesting mechanical features or just like really cool looks or something that really makes it stand out.
A couple of other factors are a lot of the time we don't find cars, they find us. We have a reputation for really enjoying cars that are a little funky. And so friends who see that kind of thing come up are more likely to go, Alex, you and Amy should get this. There was one car where 5 different people, I think, sent Alex the link to the Bring a Trailer thing for this one car.
Actually, it was a Craigslist listing, to be honest. It wasn't even Bring a Trailer. But it was 5 different people who all said, this car is weird, I've never heard of it. You should own it. So, it's European.
But what was it then?
It was a 1959 Riley 1.5.
It was the Riley.
The Riley.
Yep, and we do own it now.
It's going to take some work to really get that one on the road. I could probably get it up and running, but I'm trying to decide how far I want to take it. It definitely needs some electrical work. The dashboard really should be remade. I've already gone through the brakes, but the engine's solid, so it won't really take that much to necessarily get it running and driving. But at the same time, should I restore it? Should I leave it the same? These are some things I need to kind of figure out. I like cars with patina. So not everything needs 100% restoration. If the interior is original and in good shape and usable, fantastic. If the paint and exterior are in good shape and usable, fantastic. If they've got some scratches, some chips, maybe some like minor tears in the interior, some staining, I don't care as long as me driving it's not going to ruin the car.
Another aspect is that we aren't limited by space, so that makes it a lot easier to have a larger collection, because a lot of people, you run out of garage room and then you don't buy any more cars.
My problem is when I run out of garage room, I buy another garage. So that's not really the best solution, but it works. It sometimes is a little bit of a pain because when you have the number of cars we have in that number of locations, occasionally you lose one. So you're running around trying to figure out, where did I leave that? It's happened more than once.
It's kind of a weird problem to have.
So we're gonna do like an E2 episode of like trying to hunt down where the car is.
Show a shot of Alex scrolling down the Excel spreadsheet.
All right, that's all the time we have. If you want to ask Alex and Amy your own question, write it down in the comments below and maybe we'll feature it on the next episode of Carside Questions.